Hello there, everybody. I am Sandra. Today I'm expressing my thoughts on spiritual warfare. There's a song by Buffalo Springfield, and it's from the 60s, and it's called For What It's Worth. And how it first goes is there's something happening here. What it isn't exactly clear. There's a man over there with a gun. And it goes on and on and on. And I know when there was anything happening in my life, that's the first verse that would come into my mind, that there's something happening here. And what it was unclear because it's unseen, but you can feel it. You can feel it in the air. You can feel it, the energy. Some things are going to happen and something is going down. People that can see energy, vibration, and frequency can feel the bend, can see, the frequency is, changing and feeling it. But those that do not have eyes to see still intuitively know and feel something is here. We have this God-given intuition within us. And unless we're preoccupied all the time in our minds, we hear it within ourselves. Now, what's going on in the world today, obviously, is diversion and occupying people, and look over there, don't look up, look down, look all around. It's all false flags, it's all diversions, and it's to keep our eyes off of our God-given gifts within us, our spidey senses, our intuition, our understanding of the invisible, and to keep our sanity through it all. There is a dark side to life, and there's no doubt there is a darkness. You can't deny that. And this darkness, it changes forms all the time because it wants to be your friend. All right. The agenda is to fool you. The darkness can take on so many faces and so many masks. People are, it's interestingly enough, I always see it as people having triggers within them, and I don't know how it's signaled within them, but they show up when they need to show up, whether they are prompted through a dark frequency or a light frequency. These people show up. So our job is to have discernment and to be able to use our intuition. This is not an instantaneous not a gift, an instantaneous, how shall I say, perfection within us. It's something we have to consistently work on. It's knowing that you have these abilities within you. So you have to pay attention. It's like the story of the two wolves that we have within us, the dark wolf and the light wolf. And which one wins is the one we feed the most. If we feed the darkness the most, the darkness is going to show up. The deceiver is going to show up. If we feel the light more, the light will grow, but the deceiver will still show up, wanting to put our light out. So this is what spiritual warfare is. This is the darkness, and this is the light. And we have to find a real, true balance within ourselves with these aspects. There's no fast tracking. There's no I'm all this or I'm all that. There's none of that because God keeps it real. God will keep you real. Okay? That is for sure. If you are dealing with yourself, which we really all should be, and stop dealing with all of these diversions out there, you're not gaining anything. You're just moving further and further away from yourself. The only way to come back on solid level ground where you are on the high ground to all these dark forces is to balance yourself, come back to yourself, right? And start to find within yourself true marks, feelings within you that you've questioned enough, that you know are the truth within you. When you first start asking yourself, you have no idea if this is ego speaking to you, if it's God speaking to you, if it's a mask, a mask protecting you that wants to stay in place. You don't know who's speaking to you. You think you know because it's such a strong movement within you, like, there it is. That's that unless you've worked on yourself and moved through all of these markers within yourself, you're not going to truly know that for sure. And the lesson will begin. The dark nights will begin. You can't get away from this because you cannot BS yourself. Oh, well, yeah, you can BS yourself. You can, absolutely. Forgive me, you can BS yourself. But you cannot lie to yourself because the truth deep, deep within you knows, because you are spirit, you are soul. And you can go through this life and you can be a great actor. Like, I'm really good. I know my stuff. You can be a great actor, but that does not amount to anything in the end. Because in the end of it all, you will know you have lied throughout your whole life. So you get real with yourself, and spiritual battles will arise. But every spiritual battle that you meet within yourself, where the darkness comes to question your new knowledge, to question your new understanding, to question a decision you've made, let that darkness come. And the way to get through this is to know you're doing the best you can and not to be crippled by the thought of the darkness. Now, it does get deeper than this. And there can be a deeper sense of warfare. But this is just the introductory to you staying on course, turning your orbit around, and knowing the truth. There is darkness, there is light. And we are on a battlefield, right? And there's always something lurking and watching us. But you are the main character in your movie. And no matter what turn you make, you will be questioned. And and whether you have these markers, these defenses in place to say, yeah, I'm okay, right? You'll know if you're fooling yourself because you'll have that deep, deep sense of unease within you. If you've locked in on being very untruthful to yourself, you'll have a harder time getting out. If you justify it with your mind, lock in with your mind, it's a pretty convincing device up there. You have to know it in your heart. That'll tell you the truth. Your sadness will tell you the truth. Your joy will tell you the truth. Don't fool yourself. Take a look at the open, wide range within you of the light and the darkness. Take the middle path and breathe with certainty. That is what you're doing. Okay? And then you won't get pulled too far off of track. And when you do get pulled off of track, You have the capability and the trust within yourself that you can inquire and question. It's just the beginning. Namaste. I'll see you on the path.